What does it mean to be an influencer? Hey guys, welcome back to 5nothing100nothing.com. I am Fugget! And that stands for the fittest underdog guru using intelligent tactics. And guys, I am driving on a sunny or Sunday. It's not sunny, it's raining. I don't know if you can see the rain in the video, but you definitely will hear the wipers, which I will attempt to keep to a minimum, okay, as needed. So, I was thinking about this, you guys. What does it mean to be an influencer? And, you know, the very meaning of the word versus what we look at it today with the explosion of social media and of influencers on YouTube, etc., right? And I think a lot of times, like I was talking to my son, who's 12 years old, and you know, it's like, what is it? What is an influencer? And you know, he's only been on the air 12 years, and you know, so he's just like, well, to make money on YouTube, you know, or I might ask somebody else, they might say, well, to be an Instagram model, you know, and get people to buy protein or bathing suits or cosmetics or something like that. But I think the responsibility is much greater, and that's just a very narrow definition of what being an influencer is. Now, you may not even have a smartphone, a social media account, never turn your camera to make a video or to say one thing to the world. But in your everyday life, if you're in your field or in your family, like influencing people, right? You're all influencers. Think about it. You know, you're influencing either good things or you're a bad influence, right? So if you're that kid, you know, you grow up and there was always that one bad kid that none of the parents wanted their kids to hang out with because he was always getting in trouble, right? He was the one that got other kids to smoke. He's the one that maybe had like a dirty magazine or get you to do something that you're not supposed to do, get you to help him cheat on a test. You know, that kid was an influencer. He was a bad influencer. He's a bad influence on you. Young man, young lady. So, you know, you're an influencer in one way or another. And it's funny because I was thinking about how, you know, I've broadened my horizons to be an influencer in the social media world. But, you know, for the last 20 years in fitness, I've been an influencer to a lot of people, whether it was international TV, radio, corporate consulting, all kinds of things. It's that, you know, I have a message of health, positivity, you know, transformation, changing your life. And this is just one extension by reaching out to my undersized underdogs in a platform like this. And, you know, the goal is not to solely get rich or, you know, to you know, just collect checks from YouTube and sit around all day or anything like that. You know, this is just one way that I can express myself and the gift that I feel I was given and my calling in life to be a trainer and to motivate people, inspire people to live a better life, you know, through my lens and what I've experienced and what I've learned. So, you know, in your life, whether it's your calling or your ambition to be a social media influencer or just an influencer in your world, I mean, you could be, you know, bagging groceries every day and, you know, telling people have a nice day and double bagging the right groceries, keeping the frozens and the colds together, you know, doing those things and smiling at somebody. Maybe it's volunteering. You know, that's all influencer. You know, you're influencing, and that's the stuff that makes the big difference. If you're on the platforms like this and you're just you know, on there to try to make a quick buck or something, you know, unless you've got like some immense amount of talent or you bring some kind of value to people that actually they want to pay to see or that they're going to subscribe and watch all your content, you know, like I said, that's just one way to reach people. And you've got to think about you know, in the grand scheme of things in this life, which is so short, you know, is it something that you want to do because you think you're going to get rich quick doing it? Or is it something that you wake up with fire to do, you know, that you want to do so badly? I mean, for instance, this is probably getting close to around my 550th video, and I haven't drawn a red nickel, 1 cent doing this. And it doesn't discourage me at all. I like doing this stuff. And I'm hoping that the message is reaching people, if not now, later on. And sometimes, you know, there's been times in my life where I felt down and out, and I would like just be flipping through YouTube channels, or there'd be random playlists coming up, and all of a sudden I'd find a piece of content or somebody's voice that really inspired me. It really spoke to me in that moment. And it was a life-changing lesson. You know, it was something that I needed to hear then. And it might have been something that I knew, but I wasn't necessarily applying because it wasn't relevant to me at that moment. But then it got me right at that right moment. And, you know, for those content creators that did that, whether they were making a lot of money on YouTube or $0, it was life transforming, and it changes lives, this kind of content. So, you know, whatever you do, there's no judgment. Whether you're on here and playing games and people give you money, or, you know, you're giving makeup tips, or you're giving fitness tips, or self-help and transformation tips, it all counts. And, you know, we're all a voice that's contributing to the world and to the conversation. And I think it's a beautiful thing, even on a rainy day where it's like, you know, this weather is just like blah. It's like there's, you know, I always pride myself on being the person who's not down and out in this weather. I usually get more inspired because I know people are, you know, a little bit like they get the blues because it's like rainy and they just go, you know, and you pile that up on top of all the other stuff going on in the world, and, you know, people, they need a cheer up, they need a smile, they need a reason to push through and to overcome, because you'll come through it if you don't quit, if you don't give up, if you keep pushing, and you stay on your routine, you stay on your purpose, you stay on your grind. You know, you can do it. A lot of people will give up, and knowing that should inspire you even more to be an influencer, a leader, an example. And, you know, don't only talk the talk, but walk the walk, right? So just want to send that message to you guys, just to really think about what it means to be an influence or an influencer. And, you know, if you've seen it through that narrow lens of just social media and of being a star and all this other stuff, you know, expand your horizons, because if you're doing it from a place of authenticity and realism, wanting to help people and really make a change and share your voice in the world, no matter what, some people will put it down and some people will really, you know, it might be life-saving for them. So keep that in mind, guys. Like, share, subscribe, and I'm going to keep on keeping on through the rain. Back in my day, the rain. All right, guys, take care of yourselves, and I hope you're well.